What was your opinion on refugees before this project?
Before the project, I kind of didn't really know exactly what a refugee was. I have heard things about immigration and stuff like that, but I didn't know the actual definition, like what the difference was. And so I was always like, oh, I don't want terrorists here, like whatever. And then I just wasn't really educated on it. And now that I know what a refugee is, like a lot of my opinions have changed.
I didn't really think anything of it, as long as they weren't harming anything, or like, as long as they're contributing, I didn't really care. Honestly, I didn't ever think about it until the class.
I thought that refugees kind of a necessary part of society. They're being oppressed in their original country or place of birth.
Before the project, I thought a little bit about them. My mother had a coworker who was from the Democratic Republic of Congo, so I had met them, but beyond that, I didn't really put a whole lot of thought into them. They were just there, and I lived my life and didn't really think much about them.
Before this project, I wasn't 100% sure. I couldn't differentiate between immigrants and refugees, so I jumbled them up into the same group, essentially.
My opinion about refugees kind of just reflected what my parents thought. I didn't really form my own opinion until being educated.
What your base knowledge is and kind of going from there. If you heard anything about the Agency for New Americas, or New Americans, sorry.
Yeah. We've gone to some open houses at the IRC,
Okay.
so we've talked to the agency that helps the refugees resettle.
Okay.
Yeah, in addition to the organization that you're representing. I've seen them, but we haven't been inside, so I haven't talked to them.
Yeah, but I definitely know that Boise has a big or sizable refugee population.
Yeah.
I think right now, since 1975, it's about 19,000 refugees, or people that came in as refugees in Idaho.
So, do you guys have differing opinions, or do you guys mostly? What are your thoughts about them?
I think generally that refugees, there's a stigma because we're Idaho, we're white nationalists, we're gun-toting, all that nonsense. And it's not something I'm opposed to, I'm more neutral. But refugees, they come here, if they come, they work, they do their own thing. I guess my friend here is mostly afraid of, what was that, Noah, that we were talking about?
Being overrun.
No, there was another one.
Basically white genocide.
Has completing this project, or has that had any effect on your life, or have you kind of changed things after going through it?
No, actually, it's kind of the same thing. I feel like every class, especially like this, it's like you get to learn really real stuff, and you can apply it into different aspects of your life. So, and now in my IR class, International Relations, we talk about just the whole global conflict of things, and we bring up refugees in classes, and it's kind of cool to actually have done a project for the ANA already, because then you can kind of reapply those that information into your classes and to help educate people who may have not have taken the class.
Right.
Which is really cool. So yeah, I don't know. It kind of just helped further my own notion of how I view refugees completely. Ever since the beginning, I never was really against the whole fact of refugees. 'Cause, I mean, we're all the same race anyway.
We're all people.
That's right, all people.
All right.